Okay, so I know I was supposed to finish the rest of the elemental reads, like what you need to know right now, but I also need to rest because I'm a person too. So this reading is focusing mainly on our limiting self beliefs that we hold that are mentally holding us back from basically everything. So let's start off with the earth signs since I didn't get to do them last time. But let's see, what limiting beliefs do earth signs hold? What limiting beliefs do earth signs hold? Ooh. So we have the Akashic Field and intricacies and industries. So I'm just, even though it was supposed to be one, we got two. Whoop. So for the Akashic Field, that's actually pertaining to the ether realm, and what may be limiting us there is the actual belief in it. In the Akashic ethers, that energy doesn't die. As you can see, it's an aurora. We're not believing in the magic of spirit. Definitely getting that. And we're also having some difficulties with work, earth signs. It's reversed. It came out reversed, so y'all going through something. So the Akashic Field, this has to do with the energy of the universe that is everlasting and abundant. We all know that energy cannot be created or destroyed, but for some reason, these stubborn earth signs, they're just like believing like things just are as they are, and they're not believing in the opportunity and possibility that things can change. And it's mainly probably because they're so rigid. So again, this is rigid limiting beliefs, right? The Akashic Field, like the aurora borealis, flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms from the Earth's sphere. And just from that, like I said, this has to do with the ethereal realm. The sun and atoms are things that we as humans can't touch, right? But they exist. We know the sun exists because the heat from it beams down on us and not only just like heats up the world, but our lives. Like there's light codes from the sun that you receive as well. And then atoms, like I said, energy cannot be created or destroyed. 93 miles from the sun to the earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic Field. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility. Every bit of it can be yours. So again, this is just what I said, that you guys are not believing in the possibility, basically the endless possibilities. You're so rigid in your thinking, earth signs, that you believe that if it's this way, it's going to stay that way, and there's nothing you can do to change it. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate this experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with the universal synchronicity now. You can now explore the records and receive exactly what information you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic Field and visualize your goals. And again, like I said, you're having troubles attaining your goals because it's intricacies in industries that was reversed. So the reason you're having trouble with these goals is because you truly believe that you can't attain them. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires. Now is the time to make it happen. But in order to do that, earth signs, you have to actually believe in that. So let's see how this limiting belief has benefited you. Because, you know, there's always a reason why we believe that certain things and ideas are to our benefit. To others, it may seem crazy, but there's a reason why. But before I get into that, I forgot that I wanted to read the Seven of Scrolls, which was intricacies in industries, and that's giving me big time material manifesting and materializing things, which again has to do with believing in your goals and believing in the possibilities, believing that you're not limited to just one option. So a project, relationship, or work situation may not be moving fast enough for you, and you may be too urgent about it or too attached to the outcome. Earth signs, like I said, you guys are so attached to one certain outcome that you believe that there's not even other possibilities. And the funny part is that there's endless possibilities. Like they said, the Akashic Field is a never-ending realm. It's the ether realm. Anything is possible. The only thing that makes it impossible is you. You may be too urgent about it or too attached to the outcome, or simply might not want to deal with the particulars. Be careful not to act in a haste. A little fir tree doesn't reach the sky by pulling on it, and cathedrals aren't built in a day. If you're not willing to be patient with the process and attend to the details, what you seek will collapse without ever coming to fruition, earth signs. So again, you guys are like, you're so physical, earth signs. I see like so much rigidness in you. And instead of being like, oh, that didn't work out, maybe I can try this way, you're like, oh, that didn't work out, let me try to fucking work harder. And honestly, it doesn't have to be that way. Focus your work on the intricacies and trust that your tiniest efforts will compound to extraordinary success. So again, they're letting you know that you're perfectly capable of attaining what you need to. You just have to let go of the need for specific outcomes to happen, earth signs. So let's see how this belief was benefiting you. Actually, I'm gonna use these cards. These are the Akashic cards, by the way, too. How is this limiting belief benefiting earth signs? Okay. First, we have commitment. We have on track. And then the King of Roses. So instead of, going with the flow more so, that's what I'm feeling. You feel like because you stay committed to performing in a certain way and you stay on track to it, that you'll be a king, that all of your heart's desires, because the rose has to deal with the heart chakra, all of your heart's desires will be attained. So it benefits you to have this kind of like committed, focused drive, but you're too rigid. So let's see how this limiting belief actually keeps you safe. How does this limiting belief keep earth signs safe? Woo. Damn, they throwing the whole deck at y'all. Okay. So, we have devotion. So it may, again, like I said, the heart chakra, because if you could see, the heart in this card is illuminated. This belief keeps you safe in a way of feeling like all of your heart's desires can be attained. Like you can resolve all your issues once you attain your goals. And it keeps you safe because you're also dimming your light. So earth signs are dimming their light to fit in instead of being like, oh, there's another way to do this. You know, there's always 1,000 ways to do it. You just want to do it the right way. You want to stay on track instead of actually seeing that you are divinely guided. Because again, we pulled the Akashic card. So this says your guidance is divinely guided. And you don't even understand that your whole everything, your soul, mind, and body is being guided. But instead of taking heed to like spirit being like, no, this is another way. This is usually like when you get those ideas and you're like, oh, I got an idea, and it kind of feels like it's unfamiliar. That's the divine guidance you're receiving, but instead of trusting in it, you're dimming your light to fit in. You're thinking there's only one way, you got to do it this way, and it makes you feel safe. It makes your heart feel protected, like you won't get your heart broken from anything. Let's see what you're afraid of discovering about yourself. Holding this limiting belief, and I think it's afraid of like embodying the full self, embodying and actually like disappointing others. What are you afraid of discovering about yourself, earth signs? Okay. We have unconditional love, the divine mother. So again, back to that heart. This is something that you guys are believing that if you attain your goals, again, that all of your heart's desires will be fulfilled. Everything in your life will just be grand because your goals are on target, they're on track. But that's not how life works. Let's see. What are you afraid? Oh, you're afraid of unconditional love. Okay, so not only just you're protecting your heart, but you're afraid that the Holy Spirit will not hold you. If you could see this card, the child is being held by the divine mother, right? And again, like I said, you're being divinely guided, mind, body, spirit, but you don't believe in that. So you're afraid of actually leaning on spirit. So the key things you're afraid of is acceptance. Like I said, you're afraid of being who you truly are and whether you'll be accepted. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. My kids are going nuts. Okay. Sorry. I'm a mom too. So I was saying you're afraid of being accepted for who you are, even if you have like eccentric ideas. You're afraid that you won't be fulfilled, like I said. You're afraid of the nurturing hand of the Holy Spirit. And some of you are actually afraid of affection, like you're using your work life to replace what actual unconditional love is. So this says you are a precious child of the universe, earth signs. The divine mother is present, urging you to open your heart and drink from her cup of unconditional love. You're her beloved and treasured child. Feel her endless flow of divine love streaming towards you. Again, with this endless flow, because this is the energy of the universe that they're trying to give to you, but you're so rigid you don't want to receive it. Any self-rejection and self-criticism you may be feeling at this time are wounds inflicted upon you by an unconscious world. Again, this is limiting beliefs. This is your mind. That's the unconscious. That's the things that pop up when we're trying to do shit and we're like, oh, actually I won't do that then. So at this time, the wounds are inflicted by the unconscious world and are not part of your divine soul. The Divine Mother is working with your soul to relieve you of these psychic injuries and doubts, because that's what I'm getting is that with the dim your light to fit in card, you're doubting yourself. You're diminishing yourself just so you could fit into... Okay, Maddie, you want to go sit over there or you want to go finish watching the movie? Okay. So the Divine Mother is working with earth signs to help heal this wounded belief of psychic injury and doubts. Let her restore you to wholeness. Divine Mother's counsel is to accept what is holy and true about you. You are lovable and much loved child of the universe. The Divine Mother's love is available to you in all ways. Accept, breathe, relax, and allow her nurturing vibrations to soothe your soul. Ask her to still your doubts and insecurities. Earth signs. The Divine Mother's message to you: you are forever my beautiful and beloved child. And also what I might be getting at this too is that some of this wound for the earth signs is actually mother wounds, and they're affecting you and making you feel like you have to perform in a certain way to be accepted, like as if a child, when you don't do the right thing and your mom is like, oh my God, I'm so disappointed in you. But you need to understand that you're not here to be anything but, like they said, your divine self. So let's see what you're afraid of missing out on. Oh my gosh. What are earth signs afraid of missing out on? Why are they holding this belief? What are they afraid they won't get? Okay, creativity. So you're afraid that you won't be able to create the life you want and manifest the things that you'd like. As you can see, this is actually a very eccentric card. These are very artistic careers. We have a paintbrush. Again, we have the rainbow hair, like the aurora borealis. We have a guitar, and then we have butterflies, which actually represent the transformation. So you may be afraid of actually being able to transform yourself, even though you're perfectly capable of doing it. So earth signs, let's see. So you're afraid that you'll miss out on patience, practice, reevaluation, and assessment. So again, this has to do with time. You're afraid of time, and time is actually not even a real thing. It's a construct of our minds. It's something that we use to literally measure the distance and rotation of the sun. That's all time is. Time is not even a real thing. That's why you can go to the future and the past whenever you want. Like they said, Everything is accessible to you in the Akashic Field. You just have to set the intentions to receive whatever information that you need. But you're afraid that you don't have the time to create the life that you want. So your creativity guides are advising you that there's no way to avoid risk if you wish to live a creative life. Stop worrying about making right and wrong decisions. Like I said, oh my God, that's so crazy. I just said that because I said you guys are like a child, earth signs, and you feel like you might make the wrong decision and disappoint someone. Be glad you have freedom to make choices at all, and realize that no matter what you choose, you'll create something. If you don't like the result, then simply go back to the drawing board. And this is what they said: sit there and write your intentions, earth signs, so that way you can evaluate what it is you need to do to attain them. And make new and hopefully better choices. Your creativity guides remind you not to look at life in terms of black and white. I love this. Because again, I said you guys are so rigid in your mind. You think that there's only one outcome. Like there's only one way to do it. And you have to stay on a certain track. Like you're not allowed to divert from the path to be your full self to achieve these goals that you want. Your creativity guides remind you not to look in life in terms of black and white, me against you, all or nothing. I'm sorry, 1 second. Never mind. My kids are being ridiculous. Your creativity guides remind you to look in terms of life, not as black and white, me against you, or all or nothing. Your creative spirit, regardless of what else is going on in your life. So you're creative. You need to embody that. Assess your creations with appreciation and respect. Whether good or bad or indifferent, they all reflect your creativity. Celebrate everything that you enjoy and don't fret over the rest. See your less desirable creations as an interesting rough drafts and follow your creativity's guide's advice. Go back to the drawing board. And it's so funny because the first card where we saw intricacies and industries, this man is actually he's at a drawing board, and he's got so many of these scrolls that he's gone through just so he can build what he wants to build, so he can create this chapel, this house, this castle, the goals that you're trying to attain. You need to not feel so rushed. There's so much time to do whatever you need to do. You don't have to feel like there's only one way. Okay, so we have, how can we test this belief? How can we test the belief of, I'm sorry, 1 second. Okay. How can we test this belief of rigid mindset? Sorry, I had to take my daughter's tambourine. She literally didn't play with it all day, and she's deciding now that this is the perfect time. Oh my God! Yes, earth signs. So the way to test this belief is transformation. Didn't I say we have transformation here from the butterfly, right? So you need to transform yourself. You need to fully embody your whole spirit. They said that things are changing at a deep cellular level. So accept it as it is. You don't have to sit there and be like, well, I was this way, so I have to do it this way. This is the way that everybody else does it, so we have to do it this way. Transform your mind body and your spirit so you're not so rigid. You need to understand that just like all energy can be transmuted, so can you. So can your thoughts, your energy. You don't have to stay stuck. So I'm going to read to you guys what it says for transformation as well. Things are changing at a deep cellular level. You are not who you were a year ago or who you will soon be. You are in between, emerging, half risen and half falling. Keep doing the work. You're transforming. You will look back at this time with awe. So much is happening in your inner world and within your cells. It's time to release old ways of being that have kept you in fight or flight freeze mode. Like I said, you're like, I have to do it this way or I can't do it. And it's like, honestly, it's hindering you because there's so many ways to do everything. To choose a new way of being where trauma is not the driving force. Oh my gosh. Old childhood patterns are rising up to be healed. Like I said, I am also getting like, this has to do with motherhood, not motherhood, but mother wounds for you earth signs. As you allow yourself to observe them, feel them without attachment. They loosen their grip and fall away. You are being called to find new ways to self-soothe. Saturn and the Black Madonna and the African goddess Oshun influence this card. Saturn represents the destruction and transformation. The Black Madonna represents the underground and all that has been cast aside. And Oshun represents the tender love of the original mother. Again, you have the divine mother comforting and holding you guys, earth signs. You need to understand how supported you are by the divine mother, because that's a blessing. A rethreading is happening and healing at its deepest levels. While you are in this phase, don't put yourself under pressure to perform. And that's what you guys are doing. You're acting like you don't have any time to do anything else. Like you just have to attain these goals and you got to do it that one way. You may need to review your relationship with your body, perhaps shifting your diet, exercise, and getting energetic healing support. So these are the ways that you can transform yourself. Again, shifting your diet, exercise, and getting actual energetic healing. You may also need to consider some kind of emotional support as issues from your childhood may come up to be healed. You're deeply loved. So also too, if you're experiencing more of the childhood issues that are coming up, definitely look to like a counselor, to someone that can actually help you break down these feelings as to why you feel like you can't do things in a certain way, like you have to do them one way or you're going to disappoint everyone. So lastly, let's see what things you can discover about yourself once you let go of this limiting belief. I love this reading for you because it's really easy, earth signs. What things can you discover about yourself once you release this belief, earth signs? Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. All right. Oh, you can discover what it means to have true family and the Holy Spirit actually guiding you. You can discover peace. The dove represents peace and tranquility in your life. You can have wholeness, like they said. This spirit wants you to be whole right now. They want you to feel like you don't have to do too much, because you shouldn't. You're supported. You don't have to feel like it's one way. You don't have to feel like you're not enough when you don't do it that way. The key words for the family are security, elation, peace, like I said, family, and harmony. The Holy Spirit is touching your soul, earth signs, bringing about a deeper sense of peace and security. The challenges of the recent past are met, and thankfully you survived. So again, even though you may have these limiting beliefs from your childhood, you're through with that. We're on to the next one. Due to the Holy Spirit's influence, your trials have only strengthened your capacity to love, leaving you with a deeper appreciation of those you love. Stop protecting your heart. The Holy Spirit particularly shines on your family and home as it heeds your prayers and oversees your overall well-being at this time. You guys don't even know how divinely guided you are, because like there is over 3 cards that you receive saying that you're being divinely guided and supported. There is no need to fret over your parents' health, your children's safety, or your siblings' happiness. All is well. Ask the Holy Spirit to expand your capacity to move beyond personal love and include all of humanity in your prayer for peace. Entreat the Holy Spirit to brighten your aura and allow others to see you as a source of contentment. Like I said, they want you to be content with life. They want you to know what it means to actually feel peace. The Holy Spirit's message is peace be with you. So I hope that helped you guys, earth signs. You need to let go of the rigid thinking and feeling like it's an all or nothing, one track way to attain your goals, to attain your career. There's more than one way to do it. You just have to sit there and creatively believe in yourself and not feel like you have to dim yourself to fit others' opinion. They're not living your life. You're your own divine soul. So that's all you need to worry about at this time, is how you can move forward in the best way that suits your goals without having to feel like there aren't possibilities, because they're endless, baby. Hope that helped you guys.